Did you look in the mirror this morning and you weren't happy what was staring back at you? Well, you're not alone. It's the subject of the funny and honest new book called, let's just say, It Wasn't Pretty. I love this. I couldn't put it down. The author, none other than the amazing Diane Keaton. And she's with us today. Come on out, Diane. It's okay, just hold me back.
I'm sorry.
Please.
Sorry. Okay.
You're like a feather. Okay, no impact. I am so happy you are here.
You are?
Yeah.
You know what, Dr. Oz? It's very nerve-wracking to come on your show. I don't know you.
I hope not.
And, you know, I don't know what kind of a person you are. I mean, I know that you're a famous person and a great doctor.
Could be an evil doctor.
You're the evil doctor.
Evil Dr. Oz today.
You're evil Dr. Oz? Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for evil Dr. Oz.
So you are an A-lister. You're
Yeah,
all these most
A-lister.
beautiful lists. And yet, interesting, you titled this book, Let's Just Say It Wasn't Pretty.
That's
You
right.
don't even put your face on the picture. Why?
Don't you like that, though? I think it's graphic. It makes you want to read more.
Makes you curious.
It's the hidden element. It's the hiding that's so wonderful. I wrote the book primarily for women who can't seem to get to right without being wrong. Do you understand what I mean? It's sort of like all of our flaws that make us who we are. And that was what interested me. And the reason I called it, Let's Just Say It Wasn't Pretty, is because, you know, when I was approaching the aspect of my life where I'm growing up, and I started to notice where I would look in the mirror and I saw something I didn't want to see, and that was my head. It didn't turn out to be exactly that I had hoped for, because I was thinking of somebody more in the manner of Doris Day. And I think this is something that we all have. I don't think that I'm unique this way. I think that every woman looks at herself in the mirror and goes, uh-oh, that's not exactly the way I figured it would turn out. I mean, do you have that issue at all with your face?
I think every single person focuses first on what they don't like about their face.
Yeah, see, so I'm not wrong.
No, you're
I'm
absolutely
right.
Now you're right. You're right, and you're right, and you are right. You know, plastic surgery can fix a lot of this little abnormalities in your nose shape and your eyes.
Yeah.
And you live you're in Hollywood. You're in an area, in a place in this country obsessed by you looking youthful, but you never succumb.
By the way, I don't think it's just Hollywood. I don't think that's a fair assessment, because I think, Hollywood is obsessed with their appearance, but who isn't? You name one woman who isn't, and men too. I believe that they are. I mean, I don't think they spend as much time probably, but honest to God, they've gone under that knife a lot as well.
But you haven't. Why is that?
I don't really know why I haven't, but I have spent a lot of time working on my head. I mean, it's, this morning, Call You Strong, the makeup artist, it took him an hour to make this head look just about as good as it looks now. I mean, I can't get much better. Now, look, and of course, Jill had to do the hair, which I have none. She's put all these, there's things inside of here. Do you know that? So I look like I have this I'm looking at myself in there. Yeah, I have more hair than I usually do.
You always write about how you're balding. And
I am. I have a high forehead. I'm losing hair, but I'm working on it. But I don't think I'm going to get the transplants. I talk all about this in my book. I'm not going to get the transplants. But as far as cosmetic surgery goes, when I was a girl, when I say that I love flawed women, I do. Independent women, outspoken women, insecure women. I also love funny women. And when I was a girl, Phyllis Diller, do you remember Phyllis Diller, everybody? She lived to be 95 years old, Phyllis. And I remember those early days, she would go on Johnny Carson, and I remember one joke that she had, if you call it a joke. Anyway, she's running out of her house, right? And she sees the garbage collector, right? And she goes, hey, did you get all the trash? And the garbage collector says to her, no, jump right on in. I love Phyllis Diller. But that's a flaw. She used the flaw and created these great jokes. And, I admire Joan Rivers, too. I think she has a fantastic sense of humor about herself. And both of those women, way back in that day, I'm talking like the 60s, right? They were outspoken and courageous enough to talk about their multiple cosmetic surgeries. That was bold of them. That made them authentic instead of inauthentic to me.
I was struck by how much you write very beautifully about the insecurities that you're struggling with.
Yeah.
And the hair you mentioned earlier already
Yeah.
is a good example of this. And,
Yeah.
and I always figured that the hats and the wardrobe that you were
Yeah.
donning was all about, just covering up a little bit of the hair. But you actually say it's much larger than that. You created a persona with that, a protective barrier.
Do I seem protected? I think I am.
know.
I can withstand any kind of a force, a wind gale, a tornado. I'm set. Yeah. See what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't touch me. I'm set. Yeah, I did that, but also I liked it too. You have to remember that my aesthetic also is that I appreciate style. I appreciate things of beauty. And what I like about beauty is that it's, what's important about it is constantly changing for all of us and evolving. And you want to be open to that because it's one of the great gifts of our life, and that's seeing. The fact that we can see, I can look at you. You have beautiful eyes.
Well, thank you.
I'm sure your wife tells you that.
She does once in a while when she's not mad at me.
Does she get mad at you?
Yes. In my house, the prosecution never rests.
Well, that's not bad.
I want to probe this. I respect so much that you've accomplished, and I can't imagine if I were you not thinking, my goodness, I'm the best thing ever. And yet, you write so openly about some of the challenges. Then again, your last book, you wrote about bulimia, which you struggled with in your 20s.
Yeah.
What is that like? Living in a world where you can't keep the food out. If I can, this is a quote from it.
Okay.
This is a shocker. This is what you used to eat, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Typical dinner was a bucket of fried chicken, several orders of fries with blue cheese and ketchup, a couple TV dinners, a quart of soda, pounds of candy, a whole cake, and 3 banana cream pies.
No, I know.
I'd added this up. This is about 20,000 calories a day, and you were purging it all.
Yeah, what? I would like to say something about that because I found it really interesting. That was part of my book, but absolutely nobody spoke to me about it. It was almost like, I don't know what people were thinking when they read it. Oh, yeah, like that's normal? I mean, it was it was, of course, the lowest point in my life. And here's what I think about what it is to be addicted to, basically being a glutton. I mean, I was a person who was a fat person. I was an obese person who had somehow tricked myself and managed to hide it. So when you're living with a lie for 4 years, think about what that does to that 4 years. It wipes out any growth at all whatsoever. All I did was feed my hunger. So I am an addict. It's true. I'm an addict in recovery. I will always be an addict. I have an addictive nature to me. Now it's more like work-oriented or trying to raise my children as best I can, even though they're teenagers. They're not really children anymore. But really, I identify with those people and I feel for them.
Well, how did you overcome your addiction?
So somebody mentioned that I seem to have some mental issues. So I went to an analyst. And that began, and I would go 5 days a week. I lied to her for 1 year. I pretended like there was nothing wrong, nothing at all. One day, I got so anxious that I finally just blurted it out, and I said to her, you know what? I got to tell you something right now. I throw up. And I'll tell you something else. I'm never stopping, so don't ask me any questions. That's what I said to her. And of course, it was the beginning of the end. And then one day, about a year later, and I kept saying that to her. I kept saying, by the way, don't talk to me or try to tell me what to do because it's not going to work. One day, I stopped. And I never, ever did it again. I just stopped. I don't even know why.
How is it possible that all these people who cared for you weren't aware you were doing this?
Because I'm a genius at holding in a lie. That's what I'm telling you. I was a fat person who was lying. Because really, basically, I wasn't, but I was. For what I was eating, when you describe that, that's vile for a person to have to go through that. That's hard on your body if you're living with it. I thought I was so smart. I'd get rid of it. I knew how to do that. That's where those corrections that I worked on, in a more, superficial way, came in handy with that. But it was something I went through. And like I say, I really empathize with people who are bulimic, and I think that it's a hard one to kind of wrap your mind around because it's so hidden.
You mentioned your beautiful kids.
Yeah.
You adopted children at age 50.
I did.
So what's it like keeping up with 2 teenagers?
It's really energizing. I'm up on all music. I really like Pink Black's hit. You know, I love Frank Ocean. No, I love aspects of it keep me, in the contemporary mode. I really feel great about that. And I do have a lot of energy. I'm more energized because they're around. Makes me curious about life. They're interesting.
You know, kids are the future. They always are, and they keep us looking that direction.
Yeah.
Let me ask you one last question.
Yeah.
With all this...
The last question?
The last question.
Thank you, Dr. Oz.
With all this...
I didn't really want to come here today.
Well, I'm so happy you did.
You know why?
Why?
Because I was afraid of you. What? Yeah, I don't know you, and what do you like except your wonder? I don't know. I thought maybe you'd ask me something. But you know, the bulimia thing was the most interesting thing for me to discuss. You're the only person who really has ever asked me about this in any detail at all whatsoever.
Well, thank you for talking to me honestly
You're
about
welcome.
it. So, with all this life experience, with all
Yeah.
the things you've been through and
Yeah.
experienced, and the amount of introspection that you showed, what does beauty mean to you?
I think beauty is, honestly, it's a feeling to me. It's not, I hate the fact that people put beauty on a pedestal and try to remove it from the ordinary experience of life. But that's all it is. It's moment to moment. It's like me looking at your eyes. It's like being open to, and when I said being open to change, I really mean that. Because if you say, I only like yellow flowers, and that's it, you're kind of finished with beauty. It's so much it's more all-encompassing. It's not a face in the mirror all the time. Don't you think? I mean, what do you think beauty is?
You know, beauty is defined in many ways, but I've never heard it described as beautifully as you just did.
See,
that is beauty to me.
That's sweet of you. Thank you.
Are you happy you came?
Yeah, I'm happy I came. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Oz.
Diane's great new book, and I gotta say, it is absolutely fabulous. It's called Let's Just Say It Wasn't Pretty, although she was. It's available now.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new videos to live the good life.